just gotta keep calling them. Yeah, I got the coverage.
Good evening and welcome to the 134th Commencement exercises of Enfield High School as we honor the graduating class of 2026. My name is Olivia Nucio and I am proud to serve as class president. I will be facilitating this evening's ceremony. Carrying the American flag this evening is Kirsten Schools, who is joining the Air Force National Guard. Carrying the state flag is Samantha Smythe, who is entering the Navy. They are led by Major LeClaire, an officer in the Enfield Police Department and Brigade Fire Support Officer in the Massachusetts Army National Guard. Please stand and join me in the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. I now invite the senior choir to come forward to perform the national anthem. Grand Marshals. At this time, please seat the graduates. Tonight is a joyful celebration as we recognize the accomplishments of the class of 2026. This is a once-in-a-lifetime milestone for our graduates, and we ask for your cooperation in helping us maintain a dignified and respectful ceremony. Please remain in your seats throughout the program so as not to obstruct others' view. Thank you. Before we continue, I would like to recognize some of the distinguished guests joining us this evening. Enfield Board of Education members, Mrs. Amanda Pickett, Board Chair, Mrs. Kelsey McGuire Bruce, Board Vice Chair, Mrs. Janet Cushman, Board Secretary, Mr. Philip Kober, Minority Leader, Mr. Robert Anderson, Ms. Rosalie Brocuglio, Mrs. Danielle Gerard, Mr. Dean Gauss, Mrs. Roberta Kiner. Town Council and State Officials, Gina Sakala, Mayor, John Santinella, Deputy Mayor and State Representative. Town Councilors, Linda Allegro, Bob Kersati, Carol Hall, Cindy Mangini, Maya Matthews, Marie Pisner, Aaron Thomas, Lori Ungeyer, Zach Zanoni, State Senator John Kissel. District Leadership, Mr. Stephen Macchio, Superintendent of Schools, Mr. Andrew Longy, Deputy Superintendent, Ms. Michelle Middleton, Assistant Superintendent of Curriculum and Instruction. Enfield High School Administration, Ms. Erin Clark, Principal. Assistant Principals, Mr. Connell Clark, Mrs. Laura Gagnon, Mr. Matt Murray, Mrs. Patty Nelson. Class of 2026 Advisors, Mrs. Novak, Mrs. Delorge. Members of the Enfield High School faculty, valedictorian Anthony Mamano, salutatorian Bridget Kelly, parents, families, and honored guests. At this time, we would like to pay a special tribute to the graduates who will be entering the armed forces. Would all students planning to serve in the military please rise so we may recognize your commitment to our country. Thank you. You may be seated. Now, I'd like to share a few words as your class president. Good evening, everyone. I would like to preface my speech by giving thanks. Thank you, graduates, for allowing me the opportunity to serve and represent you for the last couple of years. Thank you for your support, your feedback, and your help. I've been more than honored to represent the class of 2026 as the class president. Thank you, faculty, for guiding us graduates through 4 often fun but sometimes confusing years of high school. Thank you to the friends, families, and parents here in the crowd supporting the students behind me. I guarantee every graduate on these bleachers wouldn't be here without your support. Most importantly, I want to thank my parents who without failure have continued to support me through late nights doing homework, driving far away to watch my games, and even running to the store to pick something up for me last minute. You two are so significant in my life and continue to trust me to pave my own way and do whatever you can to help me work towards my goals. Growing up, my goals weren't always so inspiring. I can so vividly remember this one tree that stood in the backyard of my grandparents' house. On this tree, there was this one lower hanging branch that was just above the reach of the arms of my 8-year-old self. Of course, being the determined person I've always been, I made it my life's mission to reach that branch. I jumped and jumped and jumped, only ever grazing it with my fingertips. After a long winter, I went outside to find the branch had snapped off during a storm. Honestly, I felt crushed. 8-year-old me felt the world might as well be ending. But all it took was one look up at the tree to finally notice the array of branches that I had never realized before. I could be telling you all this story to show some great revelation I made at 8 years old that miraculously changed the course of my life. That would be a lie. Graduates, I stand up here today to tell you this story because I believe high school and the couple of years preceding can be a lot like that tree. Only toward the end of my high school career was I finally able to comprehend the significance of the lesson that tree taught me, a lesson I think you all should consider as you enter this next chapter of your life. After that specific branch I was so focused on was suddenly gone, I was finally able to see all the other branches the tree had provided me with, opportunities I was missing out on. This was something I did for so much of my life. For so long, I was limiting myself in pursuit of reaching my one specific goal. This tends to be something so many of us, especially at this age, do, whether it is intentional or not. We stick to what we are comfortable with. We might not end up signing up for that science club because we are nervous to partake in something outside of our comfort zone. We go into the same jobs as our parents because that's all we've ever known. We spend so much time focused on that lower hanging branch, the dream college, the perfect family, the perfect career, that we forget about everything else life has to offer us. The focus we have towards our own circles and things we are comfortable with lead us to forget about the world outside of our own and miss out on opportunities that contribute to our experiences and show us the diversity of the world. Human nature guarantees we learn the most in the most unexpected moments, moments that push us outside of what we're used to. Therefore, as we enter this next chapter of our lives, there's one thing I wish for you all. I wish you all discomfort and struggle. Don't get me wrong, I don't wish a hard life upon you all, but I hope that each of you all will soon enough be staring up at your own tree and that certain branch you focused on for so long is suddenly gone, forcing you to adapt and learn about the things apart from your perfect plan that life has to offer. I could have gotten up here to wish you all more positive things, like for after high school, such as good luck or fortune, but blessings like that won't help you to become the best version of yourselves. It is important to have goals, to have a branch that you will always be jumping for, but do not forget that it is all the other branches, the ones you may deem irrelevant, that will contribute most to the person you will become. Thank you. At this time, I am honored to introduce the salutatorian of the class of 2026. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome Bridget Kelly.
Good evening, everyone. I am truly honored to have the opportunity to speak in front of you all today as the salutatorian of the class of 2026. It's been a long yet rewarding 4 years, but even as I stand here today, I keep thinking the same question that has been running through my head for the past few weeks. Am I really excited to graduate? Every time someone learns I'm a senior, that's what I get asked. And truthfully, I am. I'm looking forward to the opportunities for growth and learning that I'll be able to find at college, along with a myriad of novel experiences. And I'm sure that many of you feel the same way. Whether you're attending a college, taking a gap year, going straight into the workforce, joining the military, or going to a trade school, there really is a lot to look forward to. But as much as my eagerness to start college grows by the day, I don't think any of us really know what to expect once we leave this school. That's part of the reason that I can never answer, yes, I am completely excited and definitely ready to graduate. There's a bit of apprehension towards the unknown, mixed with a fear of losing what I have here. And I know that many of my peers feel the same way. How do you balance genuine enthusiasm for the next part of your life with the things that you'll miss about the chapter you're in right now? I'll miss doing plays with lamplighters, getting smoothies after club meetings, doing experiments in science classes, and having long discussions in English. But I've also realized that those things won't just disappear. When I joined EHS in 9th grade, I came from an entirely different middle school. I was absolutely terrified to enter a high school that, at the time, felt like a maze trying to navigate. Even more so, I was terrified to leave behind classmates that I'd known since I was 3. Just like now, there were daily rituals and habits that I didn't want to lose, inside jokes I wouldn't be able to tell anymore, and memories I couldn't bear to forget. And now, 4 years later, I don't remember everything that I wanted to when I was 14. But the important things like class trips, sleepovers, and middle school graduation are still there. When we have class reunions, conversations flow easily, and it's like we were only apart for a couple weeks. Most importantly, the mark that they have left on me stands to this day. I am confident that the same true is about your time in high school. We've already been changed by our peers. The people we were in our freshman year is so different from who we are now. So many of us are more confident in who we are as people, and that wouldn't have been possible without the support we found throughout these 4 years, and the relationships we've made within this community. I want to thank all of you who have pushed your classmates to work harder, been supportive to those around you, and helped your friends become individuals who can be proud of themselves. I hope that I've done the same for all of you. I'm not going to forget the classes we've shared, projects we've done together, field trips we've been on, or ways that each of you have helped and challenged me. I also need to thank all of the teachers who have helped us throughout our 4 years. I really appreciate that you've taken your time to understand and help us as individuals, instead of just treating us like a name to give a grade to. I won't only remember the lessons that helped me pass tests. I'll remember the life skills that you've displayed and the stories that you've told about college and all the things that come afterwards. And to the faculty and staff that have helped in small or big ways, everything that you do behind the scenes is absolutely recognized and appreciated. You've helped us countless times, and now you've made sure that we're able to receive our diploma today. And, of course, a huge thank you to our parents and family members. Over the last 4 years, you've driven us to clubs, sports, and ceremonies, helped us think through frustrating assignments, and supported us financially, mentally, and emotionally. And to my family, it's going to be hard to be so far away during college, but even though I'll probably drive you crazy by calling you on a daily basis with different questions, I know that I'm as prepared as I can be because of all the lessons you've imparted me with over the last 18 years. Finally, I'd like the chance to leave my mark on all of you one last time by adding a piece of advice to the hundreds you'll be taking out of this school. Instead of just waiting for them to land at your feet, make your own opportunities. When we talk about luck, it's easy to fall into the mindset that everything good happens by pure chance, and we seem to extend this to opportunities as well. While there is some truth to this, it's also true that it's a lot easier to find opportunities when you're actively looking for them and putting yourself in a position to be lucky. Finding a penny on the ground might just be chance, but it's way more likely to happen if you've been walking around for a while. It's been said many times over, but your goals really will only happen if you put in the effort to get there. My position as executive officer and stage manager in the Enfield Lamplighters wasn't just luck. They were the culmination of 4 years of collaboration and effort, and even now they are opening doors for me in college. Still, the world that we're entering into is uncertain and admittedly a little scary. If any of us want a job, an internship, a promotion, we're going to have to be actively putting ourselves in the path to receive one time and time again before we finally reach it. Remember, walking around all day without finding a penny might feel like a defeat, but it doesn't mean you won't find it tomorrow. When you get exhausted or defeated, lean on the people around you for support, whether that be your family, the friends you've made here, or the friends you'll make in the future. Remember what you've learned from them in the past, and know that you have what you need to keep going. You've already put in enough effort to reach a pretty significant goal just by crossing the stage today. So, no matter where we're going in life, I'm confident in your ability to work hard enough to be successful later. I'm proud of every single one of you for making it here.
We would now like to invite Deputy Mayor and Representative John Santinella to the stage to present a proclamation from the General Assembly.
Congratulations. Good evening. I'd like to present you this citation from the General Assembly. It says this is a General Assembly official citation introduced by myself, Representative Carol Hall, and Senator Kissel. Be it hereby known to all that the Connecticut General Assembly offers its sincerest congratulations to Bridget June Centauri Kelly in recognition of being named salutatorian of the Enfield High School class of 2026 for her outstanding academic achievement, leadership, and service. Her dedication to the arts, science, and civic engagement reflects a commitment to excellence. We honor her accomplishments and wish her continued success in her future endeavors. The entire membership extends its very best wishes on this memorable occasion and expresses the hope for continued success. Given this day, the 11th of June 2026 at the state capitol, signed by Martin Looney, President Pro Tem, Speaker of the House, Matt Ritter, and the Secretary of State, Stephanie Thomas. Congratulations.
Next, I am proud to introduce the valedictorian of the class of 2026. Please welcome Anthony Mamano.
Good evening. My name is Anthony Mamano, and I have the honor of being the 2026 valedictorian at Enfield High School. First, I would like to take a moment to thank my family, friends, teammates, coaches, and staff for all the support over the past 4 years. Yes.
Will be one moment. Want to pull it up on your phone?
This is what I love. Here it comes, right on the phone.
You sure? I can pull it up too on my phone. You got it?
Okay. Good evening, Enfield High School. I would first like to take a moment to thank my family, friends, teammates, coaches, and staff for all the support over the past few years. It is my honor to say congratulations to the class of 2026 for all your hard work finally paying off. As a graduation gift to all of you, I'll keep my speech short. So before I bore you, I'll remind us all to enjoy this moment, because before you know it, you will part ways with the people that you grew up with, and high school will become a distant memory. In the short few years here, we have grown up from children to adults and have hit important milestones in our lives, from getting our driver's license to winning a conference title, or even two. High school is a once-in-a-lifetime experience, which makes it even more valuable because it only lasts for such a short time. One of my most memorable things as a kid was camping with my dad. After dinner, we would load up the tackle box, rig our fishing rods, and head over to the lake. Hours would pass without a single bite, but we would still fish all the way until dark. because what makes fishing great isn't just catching the biggest bass or the most bluegill, it's the experience and the memories made with the people you love. That's why it's called fishing and not catching, because it's about the process and not just the end result. I know not everyone is into fishing, so think of your favorite song. You don't just listen to it for the ending, you listen to it for the whole experience. The ending is still an important part though, and should be celebrated. But remember that whatever you do, do it for the love of the fishing, not just for the catching. Here we are now, about to graduate and ready to receive this diploma we all earned. This piece of paper we worked so hard for isn't just valuable because we're told it is. It's valuable because of the process we went through to get it and the sacrifices we made. As simple as waking up on time to late night studying for a big test, we learned reward doesn't come without sacrifice because nothing is given in life. There's a balance between sacrifice and enjoyment though, because what's the point of all the hard work if we can't have fun along the way? If you only chase the end result, then you will miss out on some of the most important and irreplaceable moments of your life. I hope you all have made lifelong friendships at Enfield High, but for the first time in many of your lives, you will enter a completely new environment full of unfamiliar faces. It'll take some getting used to, but I encourage you all to make the best of your opportunities and to try and connect with new people, whether that's through clubs, teams, school, or work, because you never know how these connections might impact and shape your life along the way. I feel like I am supposed to give some wise, life-changing advice to all of you, but there's no better lesson than experience. Mistakes will be made, but it's important you learn from them and move on, because you shouldn't waste your time worrying about what you can't control. Whatever your passions are, whether it's in school, sports, music, art, or fishing, I ask you to go all out and take risks, because you will miss out on some of the best experiences if you're too scared to throw your line out into the water. Thank you, and God bless.
We would now like to invite Senator John Kissel to the stage to present a proclamation from the General Assembly.
Usually the train goes by when I'm about to talk. First of all, I just want to say how humbled I am to be able to make this presentation to Anthony. Being surrounded by such incredible administrators, professional educators, and wonderful family and friends in the audience, but it's all because of the young people that we have before us. You folks are incredible, awesome, and never forget that. To all of the graduates, I wish you the very, very best. This is the valedictorian citation presented to Anthony Mamano. And you did an awesome job, Anthony, when God gave you a curveball on that speech. It's introduced by Representative John Santinella, representing the 58th District, Representative Carol Hall of the 59th District, and myself, State Senator John A. Kissel of the 7th Senatorial District. The Connecticut General Assembly hereby offers its sincerest congratulations to Anthony Mamano. In recognition, yes, you can applaud. Woo! In recognition that Anthony Mamano is the valedictorian of the Enfield High School class of 2026. Because of his exceptional academic excellence, athletic achievements, and service to both the school and his fellow students. A dedicated scholar athlete, Anthony has excelled in the classroom, on the field, and in the arts. We commend your academic excellence and wish you the very best success into the future. The entire membership of the Connecticut Legislature extends its very best wishes on this occasion. given this 11th day of June at the state capitol, Hartford, Connecticut, signed by Martin M. Looney, President pro tempore of the Senate, Matthew Ritter, Speaker of the House of Representatives, and Stephanie Thomas, Secretary of the State of Connecticut. Anthony, congratulations.
To present the class of 2026, please welcome Enfield High School Principal, Miss Erin Clark.
Good evening. Tonight we celebrate the remarkable students of the EHS class of 2026. You have worked hard to reach this moment, and we are incredibly proud of all you have accomplished. This was a special class with a unique and fun-loving personality. That spirit was evident at homecoming, the pep rally, and countless other school events. It was especially clear at class night as you watched your videos and laughed at the memories and inside jokes that defined your time together. There was a genuine sense of friendship and camaraderie within this class, and that doesn't happen by accident. It does not happen without leaders like Olivia Nucio, Sora Alamari, and Kylie Perdue. It does not happen without voices of humor and joy, Kyle Doobie, Javion Rosario, Alexia Minier, Elijah Plummer, and Riley Holleran, students who lift others up with their great sense of humor and infectious smiles. It does not happen without the courage from students like Sadie Manalga, Serenity Gomez, and Alabama Mattoon, who stepped onto the stage and gave it their all. And it takes the kindness and compassion of Lena Fury, Grace Herman, and Mena Zuel, who made others feel welcomed, valued, and supported. This moment would not be possible, this sense of community would not be possible without every one of you bringing your unique talents and strengths to Enfield High School. Tonight, we celebrate this community, we celebrate its graduates, and we also celebrate the power of education. And education is so much more than a diploma, more than grades and test scores. It is an experience that changes you in lasting ways. It is the moment when a book, a piece of art, or an idea shapes the way you see the world. It is the confidence you gain from facing a challenge and persevering. It is the spark of curiosity that stays with you long after you leave these halls. Tonight we celebrate the culmination of your time in Enfield Public Schools. And if we have done our job well, your education will not stop here. Whatever path you choose, I hope you continue to find joy in learning new things. Stay curious, keep learning, and never lose your sense of wonder. The world needs your energy, your leadership, and your compassion. It is better because you are in it, and brighter because of what you will contribute. We cannot wait to see what comes next. Congratulations, class of 2026.
Please join me in welcoming our Superintendent of Schools, Mr. Stephen Macchio.
Good evening, parents, family members, faculty and staff, our dignitaries, and most importantly, the class of 2026. Tonight's not about long speeches, and I promise that nobody came here to hear or to ask, I can't wait to hear what the superintendent is about to say. No. We gather here tonight for one reason and one reason only, and that's to celebrate the class of 2026. Your hard work, your resilience, and the growth that brought you to this moment. One of the final speakers before we start handing out diplomas, I'm going to keep this very short for you, and then we're going to start distributing diplomas. Every good speech comes with a quote. Nelson Mandela once said, quote, "Education is the most powerful weapon which you can use to change the world," end quote. In a minute, I'm going to read a statement that says that the members of the class of 2026 have met a certain set of criteria required for your graduation. My charge to the class following tonight is to now go use those skills that you've learned. Use those along with your personal values, because they are the foundation that you will make every choice in the future. Everyone that's gathered here today is incredibly proud of you. We are all excited to see what comes next for you. So wherever you go and whatever you do, keep trying your hardest, keep growing as an individual, and keep believing in yourself, because you will have an influence on the world. Congratulations, class of 2026. I wish you nothing but future success, and God bless. And now the statement. Board Chair Pickett, members of the Enfield Board of Education, everyone here in attendance this evening, every student that is seated before you has satisfactorily completed or exceeded the graduation requirements as set forth by both the Connecticut State Department of Education and the Enfield Board of Education, and you are henceforth entitled to an Enfield High School diploma. Therefore, I now officially present to you the class of 2026.
To begin the presentation of diplomas, please welcome the Chair of the Enfield Board of Education, Mrs. Amanda Pickett.
Good evening. I'm so honored to take this stage with these amazing students. Congratulations to the class of 2026. On milestone days like this, I find myself turning to steady wisdom that has helped me through some of my own milestones. That is of Dr. Maya Angelou. And like Steve, no speech can't have a quote. So I'm going to do my best to share a piece of her wisdom with you to start my speech, and I'm going to pause. I sure wish I had her talented voice and her cadence, but I'm going to do my best. It goes like this. One of the things I do when I step on stage, I bring everyone who has ever been kind to me with me. Black, white, Spanish-speaking, gay, straight, everybody. I say, come with me. I need you now. You see, I don't ever feel I have no help. I've had rainbows in my clouds. Behind every graduate sitting here tonight is a story filled with people who showed up, people who encouraged you, challenged you, sacrificed for you, and carried you through life seasons. Your parents, siblings, grandparents, teachers, coaches, and friends, your village, and I'm sure many are sitting out here tonight. And for some of you, that village also includes people who are no longer physically here, but whose love and influence remain part of who you are. Tonight is a celebration of achievement, but it's also a reminder that life is built in relationship and experiences. Not all of you arrived here the same way. Some of you earned awards, those nice honor cords, scholarships. Some of you quietly overcame obstacles most people never saw. Many of you carried both accomplishment and hardship at the same time. But what stands out most to me is not what you achieved individually, it's how you contributed to this community along the way. I've seen students like our Board of Ed student reps, Olivia Nucio and Jennifer Vasquez Ramos, use their voices to advocate for others with courage and thoughtfulness. I've seen student entrepreneurs identify a need, build a business, and serve members of this community, like me, while still balancing the responsibilities of being a student. I've seen students compete on athletic fields, perform on stages, create in classrooms, make delicious award-winning food, solve complex problems, and support their peers. I've seen acts of kindness and inclusion that will never appear on the transcript you're gonna get here from us. Because the most important things you'll ever do in your life will never be measured by those acceptance letters, those awards, or those resumes. People remember how you treat them, how you made them feel, how you showed up when things are hard. So as you move forward, I hope you stay ambitious, I hope you take risks, chase opportunities, and build lives that you're proud of. But I also hope you remain curious. Seek out people whose experiences, perspectives, and stories are different from your own. Some of life's greatest growth happens when we expand our village and allow ourselves to learn from one another. Never lose sight of the people who helped you get here. Stay connected to the people who ground you. Let them celebrate with you, support you when life gets heavy, and remind you of who you are. If there's one thing I hope you carry with you tonight, it's this. Take care of your village, expand your village, and honor your village. And wherever life takes you, remember that you're always part of a village. Community matters. We're only as strong as those around us. And remember Dr. Angelou's words. Just as others have been rainbows in your clouds, be a rainbow in someone else's cloud. Show up, offer kindness, extend understanding, and create belonging. Congratulations to the families, staff, supporters, and most importantly, these amazing graduates of the class of 2026.
I now invite Mrs. Laura Gagnon forward to begin reading the names of the graduates.
Yeah, can you just don't lose this page? Oops. We good? Anthony John Mamano. Bridget June Centauri Kelly. Olivia Ann Nucio. Jamil Omar Acevedo. Julacey Acosta Ortiz. Olivia Ann Alberg. Linares Alamo. Travis Alfano. Isha Ali. Samantha Marie Allen.
Sora Faisal Alamari. Caden Michael Ames. Abril Ariana Aranda Akihe. Evan Michael Archer. Tyler Arquette. London Marie Arell. Kayla Eves Arroyo. Saeed Askuaziadi Tejeda. Jad Ahmad Atwa. Maddox William Aviles. Faith Anne-Marie Bukowski. Yadira Balabarka Perez. Zachariah Kenneth Belotowski. Landon Barnes Velez. Jacob Mackay Bazinet. Emma Marie Beckstead. Jacob Michael Bellafronte. Andy Arthur Blake Benavides. Josiah Neve Bennett. Liliana Nevea Berry. Emily Catherine Birdsey. Mark Alex Corey Black. Jordan Thane Bonifant. Jack Angelo Bosco. Zane Gregory Boudreau. Claire Bouffard. Josiah Bourne. Aries Yvonne Burke. Zachary Gilbert Bork. Chanel Boutwell. Jaden David Bowden. Jaden Alexander Brewer. Haley Elise Briggs. Kennedy Nicole Brooks. Kaysen David Brown. Tiffany Bryant. Joseph Antonio Capasso. Anthony Joseph Carabantes. Angel Gabriel Carballo. Robert Lucas Carr. Isabella Rosette Carrasquillo. Christian Carreno Marugo. Bailey Della Christine Carrera. Dayami Selena Castellan. Sonia Alina Castellan. Alexa Lynn Castellano. Jackson Sean Castingway. Ayana Keme Colton. Paige Justice Sakala. Jimena Cervantes. Rayangel Cervantes Martinez. Mark Chapman. Michaela Ann Chakowski. Olivia Chimok. Cameron Jude Clara Sorty. Nathan Christopher Clare. Casey Clark. Kendall Rose Coffey. Kimberly Ann Collins. Cameron Joseph Coleman. Noah Lewis Cornier. Olivia Marie Cosme. Ava Lynn Kovaleski. Elvis Creedon. Kylie Danae Cushing. Sarah Elizabeth Martha Cusson. Malia Kamoni Dancy. Zachary Alexander Davey. Bain Andrew Davis. Lee Omar De Jesus De Leon. Baha Demir. Taha Demir. Anthony John Denny. Ashlyn Rose Dennis. Audrey Evelyn Densmore. Giselle Manuel Diaz. Noah Michael Dinsdale. Brielle Honora Doles. Chloe Elaine Donahue. Kyle Gillis Doobie. Jazavier Eason. Olivia Juliana Egan. Leon Eldridge. Luana Hitomi Cabriati Izaki. Ahmed Mohammed Faila. Yusuf Mohammed Faila. Sebastian Alberto Fandino. Haley Elizabeth Fossell. Valentina Marie Fenoff. Andre Delisandre Cabriati Ferrando. Sabrina Cabriati Ferrando. Braden James Fisher. Luis Manuel Flores Ortiz. Lincoln Augusto Fournier. Lena Kenyon Fury. Katie Sophia Garcia. Omar David Garcia Rivera. Nicholas Matthew Garrett. Emma Noel Goucher. Gianna Sarah Genero. Abigail Lynn Irene Mary Gilbert. Callie Glockenberg. Cadence Marie Golden. Serenity Raylyn Gomez. Amelia Justine Gonzalez Gragowski. Sydney Ann Gould. Madison Lynn Gorley. Peyton Catherine Gowan. Marco Charles Gray. Paivan Mitsali Gray Ken. Aaliyah Corinne Greaves. Emily Elizabeth Grenier. Maria Agnes Griffin. Anthony John Groom. Ella Farrell Gugliotti. Kenneth Andrew Hall. Trayvon Hall. Jesse Halleck. Elizabeth Victoria Hanna. Dylan James Hart. Adam John Hassan. Brody Allen Hayden. Grace Lynn Herman. Bianca Esperanza Hernandez. Jonathan Zahir Hewitt. Kaylee Marie Hoffman. Riley Ann Holleran. Honesty Raynell Holloway. Isabel Ruth Howard. Ariana Lynn Hurtado. Munib Hussein. Colton Ryder Hutchings. Jeffrey Jacobs. Adrian James Johnson. Alyssa Madison Jones. Tristan Anthony Jones. Riley Kennedy White. Lucy Ann Ketchell. Fiza Karam. Abigail Jeanette Lynn Kickham. Abby Jane Kakazka. Thomas Kusta. Elizabeth Uta Langen. Ashley Lynn LaRose. Daniel Nelson LaRue. Colleen Daphne Lassoff. Isabella Sylvia Leone. Cooper Grayson Love. Alicia Lee Luanda. Anthony Joseph Magipinto. Gavin Malcolm. Luis Mateo Marino. Cole Joseph Morella. Rain Riley Martin. Jamie Martinez. Raquel Gabriela Martinez. Preston Joseph Mariansky. Andrew Paul Mason. Caleb Michael Matthews. Alabama Marie Mattoon. Julia Graziella Mori. Sophia Marie Mori. Matthew C. McCaffrey. Maya Avery McCormick. Brendan Paul McCurry. Janisa Rosemarie McGann Russell. Gavin Stone McGlynn. Samuel Christopher McNeil. Timothy Connor Mealy. Dominic Anthony Miller. Sadie Grace Manalga. Alexia Minier de la Cruz. Soraya Ariel Mitchell. Jackson Alexander Moncuse. Nathaniel James Moncuse. Aubrey Taylor Montefort. Kennedy Jade Moore. Jacob Morano. Dominic Mark Morcus. Ariana Olivia Morse. Ella Flynn Mosier. Amar Lucas Maminovich. Madison Munoz. Anthony Michael Murphy. Mark Napper. Kevin Jesus Nava. Jacob Alexander Navarro. Aaliyah Ariana Newman. Benjamin Peter Nickerson. Jaden Hope Nixon Sylvia. Noah Ryan Nixon Sylvia. Tague O'Connor. Owen Clark O'Neill. Kayani Niley Oaks. Leani Marie Oaks. Orlin Giovanni Ochoa Benegas. Alyssa Orton Rogers. Eddie Roberto Ortiz. Selenette Marie Ortiz. Gabriel Edward Ostrander. Jacinia Yolanda Otero. Caitlin Grace Olette. Madison Jean Palazzo. Jaylyn Marie Paoletta. Jackson Frank Payer. Connor Pearl. Jonalis Marie Pedraza. Kaylin Michelle Perkins. Janae Cherish Peterson. Divinity Jade Petrak. Willow Rain Megatron Baum. Caden An Jahan Baum Tabor. Robert Wilfredo Piedra Jr. Mackenzie Ann Piers Gaudette. Audrey Helen Pashota. Daria Danilovna Pitsarenko. Christopher John Plord. Elijah Plummer. Brittany Porter. Nicole Powers. Kanan Edwin Presti. Yanisha Saralise Pujols. Kylie Evelyn Perdue. Jaliana Marie Quiles. Cohen Rabbit. Hayden James Radzowitz. Daryl Julian Ralston Jr. Salma Belen Ramos. Ian Rands. Ricardo Racinos Martinez. Dylan Joseph Reno. Sydney Ann Richard. Lauren Bridget Richards. Alexis Olivia Rivera. Eliani Rivera. Natalia Hazel Rivera. Louis Daniel Rivera Walker. Gavin Michael Roberts. Javion Rosario. Francisco Javier Rostro. Lindsay Grace Rowe. Christopher Rueda. Lauren Hope Ryder. Farah Ellen Saeed. Gavin George Sampson. Melania Santina Santinello. Damian Ray Santiago. Marissa Ann Marie Santiago. Abimael Santizo Sanchez. Kirsten Mary Kate Schools. Cody Jackson Sexton. Rahad Tariq Shaban. Gabriella Ashley Sherikow. Benjamin Simonette. Jakai Nishan Sims. Carter Andrew Smith. Samantha Jean Smythe. Alexis Rose Stanhope. Nolan Robert Steery. Quinn Michael Stefanowicz. Alyssa Bella Stellato. Emma Stone. Shay Henry Stradelmeyer. Ariana Nicole Strinisty. Ava Ray Suazo. Kira Serpernot. Benjamin Charles Sylvestre. Gianna Marie Tagarello. Jenna Caitlin Taylor. Abigail Geraldine Terhune. Jaden Riley Tetralt. Justin Michael Therian. Benjamin Samuel Therian. Brian Zachary Thompson. Madeline Rose Thornhill. Giovanni Jose Torres Pierce. Emily Marie Traficanti. Ava Marie Trepanese. Jaylene Tudor. Alex Jr. Tercios. Leah Euchers. Ethan Manuel Urena. Camden Joseph Valenti. Aiden Richard Valentin. Jason Paul Valenticonis. Camden Jack Valley. Joshua Vassell. Jennifer Yanira Vasquez Ramos. Diana Monroe Vega. Ryan Carlo Vish. Lucas Villani. Natalie Isabella Wallet. Renata Charlotte Weeks. Anthony Werther. Indigo Ileana Williams. Sergio Lamar Williamson. Gavin Alfred Wojcik. Wendy Marie Wood. Andrew Beckett Wise. Javai Damian Song. Lexia Banjua Zong. Sony Zong. Radon Hero Yang. Aiden Michael Yuskovich. Mena Mohammed Zuwail.
Grand Marshals, please have the graduates rise. Graduates, please make sure your tassel is on the right side of your cap. At this time, move your tassel from the right side to the left to symbolize your graduation. As my final act as class president, it is my honor to present to you the graduated class of 2026. thank you to all of our guests for joining us this evening. Congratulations once again to the class of 2026. Have a great night.